Next game in Group D. Yeah, we're getting towards the last final matches in the group to determine which teams will move out and which teams will be eliminated from the tournament. Infernal Shrines is our first map. Team Russia going up against Team Finland. 28 teams signed up for the Nations Cup. Open sign-ups, meaning pretty much anybody could sign up to participate here as long as they got a team together from the same country. And, well, we have 17 countries that are being represented here. Currently, we find ourselves in Group D. And Team Russia lost initially to Team Poland, but they were able to take down Austria. So they have 3 points, and a victory against Finland is pretty much mandatory if they want to make it out of the group. The Finnish team, on the other hand, they already lost 2, so they essentially don't have a chance anymore to move out of the group and advance to the next stage of the tournament. They can, on the other hand, throw a wrench into the plans of the blue team. And also, once again, since we're heading into this, and I know some people will ask why exactly the Russians are allowed to play in the tournament, I've made myself pretty clear in the past, but not everybody might have heard that yet. It's fairly simple. All of the players that are playing for the blue team here have played in tournaments and been part of the community for the last 7 to 10 years. Someone like Renella is actively working on Wikipedia to just update information, statistics, and other things for ages now, and I absolutely refuse to punish them for something that they had no hand in and that essentially was done by their government. So that's what it basically comes down to. They participate in all of the other tournaments, and I have no problem with them also playing here. Again, if Vladimir himself all of a sudden plays Heroes of the Storm or starts to go for some state-sponsored team, we might revisit that, but for now, I'm sticking it out with the members that have been part of this community for such a long time. So that's basically what it comes down to. Plain and simple. If you don't like the decision, that's fine. But again, I'm the one that makes it, so you have to live with it. Hogger gets picked first. Ubi, of course. He has played amazing games in the last couple of tournaments on the side lane, but also in roles like Zeratul highlighted last time already that they played. I hope that we are still going to see him in a similar position when we are going into the second phase of the tournament, assuming they make it, because it's actually not quite clear. Now, if you're not 100% familiar on how the first phase works, we have 7 groups with 4 teams each. The first place out of each group advances directly to the second phase of the tournament, so 7 teams advance. But in total, we have 8 teams that play in phase 2, which means the final team is determined by all of the second places in the groups playing a last chance qualifier and then one of them advancing as well. So at a minimum, what you're trying to do here is make it into slot number 2 so that you have a shot to stay in the tournament. There's $10,000 on the line, and yeah, that's quite a bit of pizza money. So you want to make sure that you are continuing with this. And as I said before, Team Russia already lost 1 series. So unless Team Poland totally drops the ball in their final series, the Russians are currently playing for spot number 2. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a chance that Poland is going to lose the next match, that Austria causes an upset. But at this point, the minimum that the blue team has to do is to take down Team Finland so that they are at least in the second spot of the group. Now, for Team Finland, they are somebody that we've seen in the amateur scene a lot. Obviously, with this being a tournament with open signups, there's a huge skill discrepancy between some of the teams and some of the groups. With seeding use, where we also took in a lot of the player feedback, you normally have at least 1 top team in a group. Sometimes it's more than that. But there are always underdogs, and Team Finland is one of them. They had some pretty nice showings, too, in a few moments where it seemed like they can flip a game around, but thus far they haven't been able to win a match here. For the blue team, we're now getting Kelthas and Anna for Infernal Shrines. Okay, so we're going to get some nano boosted action with very likely Tyrell going for Judgment again. But let's see how the Finnish team is going to play this one out. Tyke is obviously a great choice when you're going with Odin for Punishers, but they have their front line established with Jojo and Leo. And now, last but not least, we're going to get the pick for TT for Infernal Shrines, and we'll see who they are swapping in for Tychus. They need some mage damage, need some AoE, and they're going for Orphea. So not even Gul'dan, Orphea instead. And well, with that, we're now heading straight into our first map. Team Russia against Team Finland. Team Russia against Team Finland. We are on Infernal Shrines, and on the left we have Renella for the blue team with Anna Morenas on Hanzo, Ubi on Hoga, Player on Kelthas, and Panda J is playing Tyrael for the blue team. To the right side of the map, Team Finland with Odorox on Jojo. We got TT on Ophia. The Slithery Snack is playing Tychus, Lazamehu on Stukov. And then on top of that, we are looking, of course, on to Simba on Leoric. So Leorki is in the house. Let's see if the Finnish team can cause a bit of an upset here, or how this is going to play out. Already, again, the auto attack build that we already saw earlier being picked for the red team. So they are trying to do the same thing with Tychus currently. Oh, but not like this. Ophia goes down in the middle, so that's first blood for Team Russia. It's an important match for them, and they are going to try to absolutely nail this. The top lane established with Leo going up against Hoga down at the bottom of the map. We got Kelthas now moving in. There is a bit of an offside chance, by the way, that we're going to see Pyroblast. This could happen. With Ana and the Nano Boost, Pyroblast is not as outlandish as you might think in the game here. This is still the group stage, of course. Quick reminder, by the way, that this is also all played out on the new patch, so in case that you wasn't aware, this is the new patch where we're now seeing these games. I think a lot of the adjustments will probably happen over the next couple of weeks and months. There wasn't too much time yet for the players to properly adjust to things here. So things might still change, but yeah, just as a bit of a FYI. Nothing that really impacts this game in particular too much though. But it might change also some of the pick priorities for the future. For now though, oh, the choke point kind of baited into it, and then the gravity lapse from Kelthas. One of the biggest things, obviously, that they can do here is to use that gravity lapse as an additional CC tool. It's one of the best things with it, so that's kind of what they're doing. For now, we got still a slight lead in experience. The Team Russia is currently at extending, since they are just doing a better job sitting on these lanes. And if you've been in the Heroes of the Storm community for a long time, the one thing that you should really know is that, of course, the players that we see in blue have a long history of participating in tournaments and playing on a competitive level. And that's just something that Team Finland themselves does not really have. Now, they are participating in a lot of tournaments, and they're playing mainly in Heroes Lounge, so they have, at least in the amateur scene, a lot of experience, but they're not really in a spot where they've played tons and tons of prize money tournaments and went up against the best. A couple of underdog cups that they participated in is the most that we've seen from them so far, but this is obviously then playing a role here. So the one level disadvantage, that's just what they have to deal with currently. We have on level 4 Energy Royal for Team Russia. And this time, with the auto attack build for Tychus, he actually decided to go Master Assassin. And, well, for now, the attack at the bottom of the map was pretty fierce. The problem is that Hoga has way too much time at the top lane and is using that ruthlessly to do his thing here. So, yeah, Hoga making the moves down at the bottom of the map. We're still having a bit... I mean, they pressured them back. One of the problems that they just faced off against was that the red team got super aggressive trying to push for the structures, so you couldn't go for the objective immediately. But what they had to do instead was push this back first, defend the bot lane, and now they can try and refocus their energy towards the top. There is a level 7 talent that we'll soon see for the blue team, and it's a bit of a problem for Finland, because they're not going to play on even talents with this. Lots of damage against that fort already, which is, of course, quite strong, but hasn't been taken out yet. Sunfire Enchant on level 7 for Kelthas. And there's now a bit of a position established by Team Russia on the Punisher side. And, well, they have only 6 stacks, but they're pulling slightly ahead. And, of course, one of the big aspects is that this is probably the strongest Punisher that we currently have in a game. It's a Frozen Punisher. Hoga has pushed the mid lane out further, and with a 4 versus 5 at the top lane, they're still doing well. They're certainly doing well enough for the blue team not sending Hoga back top, so he's still doing damage in the middle. And Team Russia is just keeping the opponent at bay and is now looking for a kill. And then, oh, they are Hanzoing Tychus. The blue team currently winning the 4 versus 5. Leo is splitting off towards the mid lane as they're realizing that this isn't happening. But now Jojo goes down too, and that's in total 3 kills. 3 kills for the blue team. 1 counter kill on Kelthas, but that's all that they were able to do. So, yeah, this one is getting a bit tricky. This one is definitely going to get difficult for Team Finland. They find themselves already on the back foot. Mid lane was attacked. Ubi is attacking the bot lane now at the top. That's something you don't see every day. We actually have Anna, the one dishing out the damage. And yeah, it's going to take her a hot minute or two in order to get it. But yeah, off we go. So right now, Tigers, he went into the combat tactician on level 7. Once again, the hit. Yeah, Tigers. Tigers! He needed healing and he didn't get any. Unfortunate. So that's kill number 5. 5 heroes eliminated. 5 heroes down in total and level 10 just about to be claimed. Once they have level 10 abilities, this is going to get tricky. Because this is a 2-level gap. This is a big window. It's a huge window. And indeed, we actually have Pyroblast. Pyroblast is in. Has been chosen by Khaldor. So nano-boosted Pyroblast is now a reality that the red team has to deal with. They're actually still trying to fight this. Guys, you have a level 10 against you. What are you doing? Yes, there's 2 gone. So you have a numbers advantage. But this is still a bit tricky. I would be very, very careful. They're falling back for now, and down here the damage is still being done. But with 39 stacks to their name, the chances of the red team getting this are slim to none. So yeah, that is just not happening, I'm sorry. So the fort at the bottom of the map still being assailed, and Hogga is likely going to take that. Well, Leo's now coming in trying to stop him, but I think he's already too late to the party. And they're letting this go, as they should. Well, Leo is still holding it for now at least. So there's that. Top side. Punisher is now in, so we could see that jump. Bottom fort indeed destroyed, so that's the first structure gone. Spoiler alert, this one is not going to make it either. They still don't have level 10 abilities, so yeah, there's the jump. And they're pushing Jojo back, but especially with the frozen Punisher, you have absolutely no shot of saving the fort up here. So this is going to be the second structure that gets eliminated. And they can now also push for the mid lane, where Hogga is already dishing damage out against the last remaining fort. And at the top, the defense is so far still okay, but one tower falls. They could open a side lane up for a little bit of vision, working on the gate currently. Leo in the middle. Yeah, Poland. Not in the game. 5 kills to 1. That's looking good. Finally, we have a level 10 for Finland. And I want to see the Pyroblast, I'm not gonna lie. Here's the Blessed Shield, Nano Boost! And Pyro time, baby! And it does nothing. They at least get the kills, though. They get the kills. Big Pyroblast, and to the enthusiasts are, of course, now going to argue, Khaldor, you don't understand. The genius of Pyroblast is not that it does damage. It forces the target to retreat because they're scared. And that's the only reason why they just got the other kills. So yeah. Copium is always a drug best served cold. But yeah, so Pyroblast again, it did a little bit of damage. It forced Tigers back. They got the kills against the rest of the team in the team fight anyways. So damage done. The entire thing initiated by the red team as they were hoping to close the gap in experience a little bit now that they are looking at level... well, at least even talents, or for a moment they had even talents, but it's now a 3-level gap and a level 13 talent advantage that we're getting for the blue team. Once again, the choke point proving to be dangerous, and Hanzo is saying, hell yeah, comes in, takes down Orphea, and they might not necessarily be done with this, but Morenas was getting too aggressive, a little bit too confident on this one, gets punished, and so Hanzo is down. And that's, by the way, the second kill for the Finnish team, as they lose Johanna, and holy ragdoll, Batman. That one got kicked across the screen. Georgia's done with this. Tired of life. 22,000 damage for Orphea. 41,000 for Hanzo. And the attack towards the bot lane keep now. So, Team Finland is pinned down. Yeah, they're definitely pinned down here. Khaldor is going for camps and is pushing the mid lane out, but that's a 3-level gap still. And that's a lot of damage on that keep. I mean, damn son. That is a ton. That's half of the hit points gone already. So, I gotta say, that one's gonna hurt. Ubi was trying to bait this a little bit, I suppose, but that bait backfired hard. So he goes down. Job well done. Finland with the kill. And honestly, every single kill they get right now is going to be big for them. Because thanks to the massive gap in XP, the underdog advantage and bonus experience is going to be solid. Here comes Hanzo. Oh my god. Sanctification. Also used here, but Hanzo is still dead. He's the one that received the nano boost this time, since Khaldor was still in the middle. But Team Finland locks in 2 kills and closes the experience gap a little bit. Doesn't mean that they're playing on even talents with the blue team, because there's now 16 available. But at least they have a shot at taking a Punisher out. And yeah, they're going for it. Arcane Punisher. And so far it's looking good. It's also looking like the blue team doesn't really care about it. At least not too much. The only one that is saying hello is Tyrael. The rest of the team is just dealing with mercenary camps. And this could get dangerous. If Team Finland is just like, you know, going full on into a bot lane attack and doesn't care too much about the top lane, maybe loses Leo here, then this could be an issue. There's the sleep dart already. There's the attack. Are we gonna get the hit? Where's that pyro when you need it? Come on, baby! Ah, didn't even use it. That was an opportunity right there. But okay, 11 kills to 4. Bottom 4 is slowly getting attacked, but as I already said, the problem is that you're losing too much at the top lane. They didn't even bother moving down. They just have Leo here, and now Jojo is trying to defend. The fight at the bottom of the map is now focusing onto Orphea and now Stukov, who will, by the way, fall. But the attack at the top is going straight for the keep, so a double kill at the bottom of the map is happening for sure. Stukov gone. There comes the Entomb. Kel'Thas, is he going to go for the Pyro? Yes, no. So far, doesn't look like it. Pyro Blast and value. Viable, viable, viable. Kel'Thas gets the kill. Short distance. They go for Tychus, and that is 4 heroes down. Only Jojo surviving. They're not even stopping at the keep. The death timers are still fairly low, so there is a shot for Team Finland to defend this. But as you can tell, Team Russia is saying, boys, we're going to go for it. We're at the core, baby. We're going straight in. If we lose, we drink we good. But I think we can win. Let's go. There's no shield. You click, right click, and is over. But yeah. The Russians trying to go for... Oh my god, they're getting another one. 17 kills to 4. They take Leo down too. And that is game. At this point, all you gotta do is pop that Sank. Tyrael explosion will take a few hit points off as well. Stukov gone, and that is victory in game number 4. Kill after kill for the Russian team. They are taking the lead in the best of 3 here in Group D of the Nations Cup. Job well done, well played, and GG. I hope all of you guys enjoy the Nations Cup. We have an awesome event going on right now with a lot of amazing games. Honestly, I can't imagine how many teams we had sign up for this one, so it's really, truly been a blast. But please keep in mind that all of these events are only possible because we have private supporters, we have support on Patreon, and of course also campaigns that we run on the channel. And right now you can support the channel for free. So if you don't have the money to spare to support the channel on Patreon, for example, or become a subscriber on Twitch, this is a perfect opportunity to still help us save Heroes Esports and to help the channel out. All that you gotta do is download Opera GX. You can find the link down in the description of the video, and then use the browser to watch a couple of YouTube videos, maybe this one here, or for example watch a live stream and play around with it a bit. The browser has an integrated VPN, which is quite helpful, of course. It has a lot of themes and customization options and other features that are targeting gamers directly. So just give it a shot, play around with it a little bit, and that's all that you gotta do to support the channel here. It's absolutely free, costs you a couple of minutes of your time, and I would really appreciate if you would do that to support us here. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the show. Map number 2, Russia is in the lead, and we're going to Tomb of the Spider Queen now. Obviously, the most important factor that we had in game number 1 was that Pyroblast pick from Kel'Thas. The win at the end, the kill with Pyroblast, it was all that was needed in order to get that victory. And it was also the intimidation factor. A lot of times when you're picking Kel'Thas with Pyroblast, it's not because you actually think this is going to be useful, it's to intimidate your opponent. They will be scared seeing that Pyro coming, and you will force mistakes. So, fantastic choice for the Russian team. mad value out of that Pyro, and the clear reason, the only reason, that they were able to win. Now, Khaldor can't be picked again. All the heroes can only be picked once in a series, so you can't go for him in game number 2, which means now they have to find some other angle here. Banning out Cho'Gall is the first move. I am curious who ends up with Falstad. This is one of the things that has actually been a little bit of a pet peeve of mine in the last few matches, that for some reason a couple of teams, they're not banning Falstad, they're not even picking him, they just let him sit there, and then Falstad gets chosen, rotates from lane to lane, and diligently gets his stacks, ends up with even the mythical reward, and just obliterates everything that is happening on the other side with his auto attack damage. So if you don't ban him, then he needs to be a high priority pick at a minimum. In this case, Team Russia decides that they're going for Stitches first, so it's Stitches time. If Falstad doesn't get chosen now by Team Finland, I would still assume that Team Russia goes for the birdie. You get isolation plays after a gorge, and as I said, the impact of those auto attacks is just too much. Too much Spider Queen. It's a fantastic map to stack when you're going for minions. But they go Anduin and Garrosh. Okay, so Crybaby plus an actual War Chief is what we're getting here. So, yeah. Let's see what's going to happen over on the left side now. Are they going... Okay! We're getting PROBIUS. Alright. PROBIUS is the play. It's Protoss time. So they're going to try and get some serious wave clear going over here. And that probably didn't only catch me off guard, but I would assume that it also caught Team Finland a little bit off guard, because that's something that I expect from X here. That's not something that I expected from the Russian team. So, yeah. It's a little bit too high-tech for them. You know, most of the machinery is a little bit older, so that they're actually getting something in like that it wasn't prepared for that. Now, Genji gets banned. Makes a whole lot of sense. You have Anduin on the other side. You want to avoid the Genji engage with an Anduin light bomb onto PROBIUS. So, alright. The next two picks that we're getting for Team Finland will clear some of the damage up, though. And again, PROBIUS also doesn't like auto attacks, so that's another one that you could really get for yourself now. Okay, Finland, come on. What are you going to do? I'm currently thinking about if Falstad was played on the last map, and he definitely wasn't, right? Like, I'm not seeing things here. But they go for the Haka, they go for Greymane. So Falstad completely ignored. Nobody cares. Liming on the other side. Fair enough. I'm still shocked. I don't think I've seen Falstad actually lose on Tomb yet. Maybe in some weirdo super late game, but most... Falstad... Okay, let's rephrase. Falstad has currently an insane win rate on Tomb and Spider Queen because of how well he can stack here. Let's put it like this. They decide against it, though. They go for Stitches Surrender for those hooks and stuns. We have Liming for burst damage. We have PROBIUS for a bit more wave clear. Also damage throughout the game, of course. Good PROBIUS player can really be annoying. And then we have Zul for lane rotations and taking down the minions, trying to get even more clear to push. They have a lot that they can use with any kind of web weaver wave. Whereas over on the red team side, after Greymane, they still need another damage dealer, and they go for Jaina. Obviously, her baseline talent was changed a little bit in the recent patch just got released, so we might see some adjustments on that. But again, for Team Finland, they now have to think about how can they win 2 in a row if they really want to cause an upset here. Team Russia is already in the lead, so this is a match point for them. And we're going to find out right now if they can take this with a 2-0 or if Team Finland is going to bring it back. The blue team is in the lead and is looking for the 2-0 victory against their opponents. They want to draw even with Team Poland in the group. And if they win, then it's at the end of the day down to Poland whether or not they will end up in second place or first place for the group. So over on the left side, we got Renella on Toranda. We have Morenas on Liming. Panda J is playing Stitches. We got Player on PROBIUS and Ubi on Zul. Over on the right side, Odorox for Team Finland with Garrosh. We currently have TT with Jaina. It's the baseline quest that changed a little bit, especially when you're looking at that mythic reward here. Simba on Dehaka, Slithery Snack on Greymane, and then Laza Mehu on Anduin. So the whole ice block shenanigans that we can theoretically get from Jaina should be interesting here. So if you get that mythic reward, all of a sudden she can use her ice block and will also still be able to move and cast spells. So time will tell how much they can utilize that and if we are even getting to that point. The pick to PROBIUS with Warp Resonance as the level 1 talent. And already aggression from both of the teams. Zul against Dehaka at the bottom of the map. Tyrande, of course, looking for the stuns. And there's the hook, and Jaina is going to say goodbye. Lost the mage battle. To be fair, it wasn't even a 1v1 fight. But yep, Jaina down. First blood for the blue team. And a nice kill for Li Ming. So yeah, that started off well for them. By now, we're having topside PROBIUS pressuring. And this is something that I highlighted during the draft, but I want to reiterate this again. With all of the heroes that they're running right now, they have a huge amount of wave clear. Now, the good news is that Team Finland also has a lot. They got Jaina, they got Dehaka, they got Greymane. So this is really going to help. But you can see here in the middle how quickly Team Russia is able to take structures down too once that they get that access. Greymane can do similar things. But we'll see how the macro works out for the red team, because so far they've struggled on that end a little bit. Now, Stitches, once he gets to his hook extension, he's gonna have some fun here too. Panajay for now, bit low, but is able to escape. Li Ming sitting at the side can always move away and is about to, I suppose. Got some more damage in as PROBIUS is helping the team out. Stitches, my friend, you are low. You should probably really rethink your position here. Gets the heal and can then re-engage, but I don't think that we're going to land some monster hook for now. Hook range is going to increase later on, and that's when I more so expect the big plays. We got the shield capacitor for the probe, for PROBIUS. And in comes Greymane as PROBIUS is taking to the top lane again. And as you can see here, he's already starting to do some serious structural damage. So is controlling that lane quite nicely and forcing a safe rotation from Jaina towards the top. Hook connects, but Indomitable is being used. Greymane, on the other hand, he might be in trouble. And yeah, blue team pushing everywhere. Blue team pushing very aggressively and trying to take the early control of game number 2. Hook at least dodged out, so that didn't connect. Cocktail build, by the way, for Greymane, not something that you see too much. Perfect aim on level 1. Greymane himself mega low, and that allows Team Russia to go for some towers again, so they're taking out the ones at the top lane with the help of PROBIUS here. Working on it as Garrosh flips in Stitches, gets body blocked. Whoa, that! Oh, the hook! I was just about to say, dodging out on that stun saved his life, but then the hook came in, and I was like, well, maybe he's not going to make it after all. So he's able to get out, but the pressure is still there. They're losing structures way too quickly, and there's a gap in experience already between the two teams, as the blue team is a level ahead, and also has more gems. So they got the gem advantage. They take down Greymane as well. Garrosh is trying to move in here. They're just sieging up aggressively, but they could get that turn in now. They got 58 gems to their name. So PROBIUS is helping tons to just push through the top. And of course, then you have Zul moving between mid and bot lane. And he has an easy time with all of that AoE wave clear that he contributes to make his move. Nice dodge. If that combo connects, you'll have probably a dead Jaina on your hands. Hook misses, but the damage... Oh, Honorox gets out. Calculated, baby. Yeah, Garrosh, he has definitely an angel or two at his side, because that did not look good. I really thought he would make it. Oh my god, Anduin in a similar position. Li Ming nearly getting the kill here. Boy, oh boy, that's 2 of them that made it out. 2 kills to 0, but they should probably start to turn some of the gems in. Ubi, for example, has 42 gems now. You want to get rid of them quickly. You don't want to give your opponent an opportunity to take you down and make sure that you lose those gems. So, yeah, he's already on it, starting to get the turn in, and I don't think the Haka can interrupt him in time. So that's 45 that are secured, as the rest of the team is battling it out at the top end turning point. And Odorox, this time he's not going to make it, I think. Yeah, this time he's gone. Li Ming comes in. Calamity gets the kill and the reset. Another hook on Greymane. The stun from Tyrande, and the Snack is still able to escape. They're escape artists here. A whole team full of Houdinis is what we're seeing on the red team side. But the problem is that the Web Weavers are now touching ground, and it's not only the mid lane that's in trouble, but also the top lane, where we don't even have a defender. PROBIUS is pushing with the Web Weaver, so this is a guaranteed drop on the fort. They have to try and defend the middle. I'm not even sure PROBIUS is going to react to this, if he's going to rotate towards the middle and help the team out here, or if this is just going to be a further push towards the keep. Greyman is now dealing with the situation and can threaten a kill on the probe. Over here, the defense has already gone through, but Zul has also a Web Weaver to work with at the bottom of the map that the Haka is now trying to stop. And it's again the same play. With the aggression we're seeing from the Russians and all of the dominant performance here, they once more have that mad lead around level 10. A 2-level gap when you're hitting your heroic abilities is insane. It gives you so much wiggle room. And that's exactly what's happening right now. 3 kills to 0. There's Gorge. Greymane tried for the kill and instead gets murdered. And Li Ming, with reset after reset, gets 4 kills in a row. Holy hell. Morena's, I mean, his biggest problem was his mana pool. Look at this. Gets kill after kill. Greymane is the first one to fall. Bam! Reset. Moves in with the combo, takes down Jaina. Eliminates Anduin, and then it's only Garrosh that's left, and they get the kill there too. So absolute monster performance from Li Ming in that situation. The fort at the bottom of the map has, by the way, been destroyed, so that's 2 forts gone with the first Web Weaver wave. The keep is at 50% of its HP, and Zul is battling in the mid lane for the next fort. So he's already reduced this one down to, I mean, barely a sliver of hit points, and now that the blue team is rotating over, they might even be able to grab it. It's crazy. It's honestly nasty. Zul is back down at the bottom of the map. You look at his wave clear numbers, and he's already sitting at 100k. Crazy stuff now. PROBIUS at 85,000, which is still impressive compared to the Harkos at 65,000. So, yeah, both of them just eclipsing what we're seeing from the red team completely. All the forts are destroyed. Keep has taken damage, and all of this happening with just only 1. Jaina gets gorged up and killed. That's kill number 8. And Finland hasn't gotten a single kill yet. Not one. So, it's nasty. Even the Midsummer's party in the country is getting more kills than the Finnish team that we have in the game currently. So, that's a bummer. Level 13 kicks in. That gives us the hook extension for Stitches. So, he's even more dangerous right now and will throw the occasional one out. But it's brutal what's happening here. Mid lane pressure coming up next. They are looking to take a few more walls out, and they still have enough gems for another turn-in. They could go for that turn-in easily. It's also a bit of a problem, because if Finland all of a sudden starts getting kills, they will also eliminate a lot of gems. Don't line up in that spot as you are currently doing. That's not a good move. Ring is missing. Ring of Frost is missing. The Haka went for adaptation again. And Zul is taking the top keep out. Zul is at the top and is taking the top keep apart. Another kill. Garrosh is down and the top keep is gone. Ah, the hook! Anduin destroyed. And so is Greymane. 11 kills to 0. Very passive play now from Team Finland. They're clearly still afraid of that Pyroblast from game number 1. And now at the bottom of the map, we have the quick hit against the keep. Yeah, they take the wall out. The Haka, I mean, he has 50 gems. He's getting the turn in. Simba is saying, okay, we might not get a kill, but we're at least going to get an objective. The problem is that they're losing a second keep now. It's brutal. It's a 4-level gap, by the way. Team Russia is ahead by 4 levels. Seriously, you're not killing it? Come on, boys. Somebody. For the love of God. If you die with it, then that is a price I'm willing to pay. But take the keep out. Well, they're looking for kills, I guess. And they're going to get another one, aren't they? Yep. Garrosh is gone. Oh, the reset attempt! Yes! Jaina's gone, and so is the keep. Jaina's down, the keep is down. Anduin is the wrong side of the battle and is doing what he does best. Runs away from the fight. Employs the French defense to his best of abilities. And honestly, he's really good at it. Years of practice have made Anduin an absolute monster when it comes to that. But you have to also dodge, dude. You can't just simply rely on running. You have to dodge a bit as well. If you did that, you would still be alive, because we know nobody can keep up with you. If you have Stitches with Hungry for More on level 1 and 100 stacks, Anduin is still going to be faster than you. Years of practice are going to guarantee that. 15 kills to 0. And for now, at least, the Russians are going through Team Finland like hot butter through cheese. Every single Web Weaver has been destroyed, so yeah. Brutal! By the way, also, if you want to check it out, you can still also get the hot butter through cheese merch. We have it still in the shop. Still the best merch line for sure. Especially the hot butter through cheese apron. Gives you extra stacks when preparing a meal. A lot of people don't know that. Tastes 10% tastier. So there's a link in the description that you can check out. So if you haven't done it yet, you should definitely do it. Quest completed for PROBIUS and also for Greymane for now. Yeah, well. And there's another hook and another kill. They're turning this into a Farmville. This looks more like a random quick match. But Team Finland, they are... I mean, again, they're doing what they can here, but they're clearly outclassed. There's nothing against the Finnish team. I love that they participate in the tournament. I love that they signed up for this and that they're having fun with it. We've seen them in the Underdog Cup. We've seen them in Heroes Lounge. These guys are awesome. They're getting experience here, and I think it's really, really cool that they joined and signed up for it. So big shout out to them. But of course, against somebody that has as much tournament experience as the blue team, they are struggling here. They're getting outclassed in this, and this is just Team Russia trying to somehow still get into that top spot in the group so that they can directly advance to the second stage of the tournament. 18 kills to 0, make it 19, make it 20. Murenas is having a field day here with one reset after another, sitting at 75,000 damage. They're going for another 5-man team wipe over here as the Winions are taking the victory. Team Russia takes the series with a 2-0 and is now, for at least a short period of time, tied with Team Poland for the top spot in Group D. Nicely done, GG, and well played.